Hey everybody, Tim Braheem with Performance Experts Coaching and the 360 Experience podcast with another business and life tip for you. And I want to talk to you about cultivating relationships with real estate agents, something that people are getting back to doing finally after a long hiatus. And some of you are a bit rusty, and maybe some of you have never even done it at all. And as they say, a true loan originator knows that this is a contact sport. I mean, you got to get out there and you got to engage people. Stop hiding at your desk, stop hiding behind the Zoom screen, and get out there and have some coffee and lunch appointments. Now, most people avoid that because they say, I don't even know what to say. Like, what do I do on those appointments? What do I say to them? And most of us make the fatal mistake. And I used to do this as an originator when I first started the business, of vomiting all over the real estate agent. And I've got my precious 20 minutes and I got to say as many things in those 20 minutes as I possibly can to get my one shot to hopefully get them to say, okay, I'd like to work with you. I'd like to try you out. But that's the mistake, folks. The patient originator, the one that is interested in connection and cultivating a true relationship, is the one who wins at the end of the day, as long as they approach it correctly. So one of the things that I really want to offer to you, okay, is that right now, in this stressful time for real estate agents as their businesses slowed down, being a confidant to them in a time of need is going to get you a long way. Empathy is the ultimate sales tool, but so many of us are interested in ourselves and getting our presentation out there that we're not really connecting with these people that we want to develop a relationship with. Now, the thing is that relationships take time. Relationships are not forged in 20 minutes over a cup of coffee or on a telephone or Zoom call. They're forged over a series of appointments. When you get to know the person, you can feel each other. One of the most powerful things that you can do is to make sure that that person that you're engaged with feels like you see them, feels like you hear them, and feels a connection with you. And we do this through asking a series of open-ended questions. Now, there's not a lot that you need to say in the first appointment. There's a lot that you need to hear, and there are some intelligent questions that you can ask, and then practice presence, practice listening. Okay, so here are a few questions, just a few open-ended questions. You could come up with a much more in-depth list of your own, but what are you struggling with right now? What are you worried about that's keeping you up at night as it relates to your business? What are your goals? You don't need to solve the answers to any of these questions. You're not there to have to problem solve. In fact, buy yourself some time. So here's what I would do. I would go in, I'd meet with a real estate agent for 30 minutes. I'd promise to keep it right at that time. I'd ask a series of open-ended questions. I'd listen. I'd make eye contact. I'd take a few notes. I'd reflect back to them what I'm hearing them say so they really knew that I could hear them. I'd take an interest in them, in understanding where their pain is. And then after the meeting was over, see, our worry is typically, I'm not going to get another shot. I guarantee you'll get another shot if you practice this, because people like to be heard. Okay. It's a precious commodity in today's world. If you hear them, they'll want to get together with you again. I mean, think about it. You know people in your life that are great listeners. My wife is a spectacular listener. That's why she's my wife. I love talking to my wife because she hears me. Okay. And it keeps me coming back over and over. They will do the same. Now, what I would do is I'd leave the appointment and thank them for their time and say, hey, maybe we could get together again. I really enjoyed getting to know you. And thank you for your vulnerability. Thank you for your honesty. Then I'd get back to the office and I'd look at my notes of some of the things that they shared that were their pain points and the things that they were worried about. And I'd go to my library of books or YouTube, videos or podcasts or whatever's available. And I'd say, hey, you know what? One of the things that I thought about, here's what I heard you say in our conversation today. I'd write them a note. And I think you might find this podcast interview with this gentleman, Jesse Itzler, to be valuable, or this gentleman, Chad Wright, who talks about mindset. If you go into the 360 Experience podcast, there's some really great podcasts in there that you could send their way and have them feeling like you're an ally, you're a friend, you're somebody who cares about them. I hope that you find this tip on cultivating connection with potential referral partners to be valuable. Please make sure you're subscribing to the 360 Experience podcast. We'll be coming back to you with some more business and life tips very soon.